It's been a while since I posted any videos. One of the reasons is so many different topics are coming in. It's getting hard to kind of pinpoint what we should discuss. The other part is I've been extremely busy. So I was going to do something on a quick home workout, which you can see. That's why we chose a background like this. And just for your encouragement, you don't need a lot. You can do push-ups, you can do squats, you can do curls with different things. You don't need a lot of stuff to stay in shape. The key is to get the body moving. But what I want to talk about on this post is a cleanse and detox for the body. Couple different thoughts. Number one, you don't want to just jump in, unless you're one of those rare few who just give up coffee, sugar, everything processed, and you just go hardcore, which isn't a bad idea for some, but you do want to wean off. And what I mean by total body cleanse is this. We have to look at the environment in which the body is exposed, what we put into our body, and what we put on our body. And I don't know if I discussed this in past videos, but cancer, they're finding, is more metabolic than genetic. What I mean by that is it's not something that we just develop in our genes, although there are different predispositions in a person. What they mean by metabolic is metabolism. The word metabolic comes from metabolism, breaking down of food, breaking down of what we're putting in. And they're finding that cancer is more stimulated by metabolic fuel than by genetic fuel. So we can make a difference in this area. So number one, let's talk about the environment. What we breathe, what we take in, the air quality. And I know it's hard if you're listening in New York, in the neighborhoods there in downtown New York versus Southern California, up on a mountain, up in the high Sierras, breathing in. You know, it is a challenge, but you have to remember that the environment, the smog, industrial waste, and you just have to make a conscious effort to make changes when you can. For example, I encourage people, don't have those candles that have that aroma in your home, that the chemicals they use, and most of the air fresheners, avoid those types of things. And it's just common sense. We look at the environment. We also look at what we put on, deodorant, of course. Make sure it's natural ingredients, essential oils, because remember, what you put on the skin goes directly into, especially underneath the arms there, goes into the body. It's absorbed. And I remember I cringed when I was younger. I was in construction. I used to put hydraulic oil on my skin as suntan lotion. Oh, Lord. And also on suntan lotion, be careful. A lot of the chemicals in there can spark different types of skin cancer, but also it's just not healthy for the body. So we do have to be very conscious with our environment, not getting overboard, not getting obsessed. Also what we put on our body, and of course what we put in the body. And that's what other videos have talked about. You want to get nutrient-dense food. If you're cleansing, people say, well, Shane, how long should I cleanse? And it depends, what are your goals? Because the longer the cleanse, also the longer the fasting. When you fast, the more deeper that healing work will take place. And I encourage people, start with a couple meals a day and start by cleaning up your diet. If you want to know what that looks like, go back to past videos. I'm going to speak more about that in the future, but you want to go for nutrient-dense living food. So example, if I'm doing a cleanse, I don't take a lot of supplements. There's cleansing supplements for the liver, supplements for this, and you can, but it's best just to let the body cleanse it through itself through clean water. And spiritually, obviously many of you know Pantry pastor. I am an unapologetic Christian pastor. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I believe in spiritual health, and it starts there. Spiritual health is the foundation, and that's where you get that freedom from anxiety and depression, and the cares of this life is casting it all upon Him. So that's the foundation. But then on top of that, we have to live in this body. We have to be wise stewards of what we put in. So that would be the first step on cleansing. I hope to get deeper in the future. But remove the things such as dead food. Well, Shane, what about this? Is it dead? Is it in a box? Is it dead food? Living, vibrant food, apples, salads. There's a lot of information out there about intermittent fasting, which is good. I lean sometimes towards the 1 meal a day. Get up in the morning, be in that fasting state, let your body, let the ghrelin levels, which is a hormone that controls hunger, let your human growth hormone levels, HGH, Let those rise through fasting. Let a lot of repair take place. Let your body cleanse itself. And then eat one large meal in the night. And then you repeat the process over. Very good for fat loss, because you have to remember, the enemy of losing fat is insulin. And the more times you eat, that big push 20, 30 years ago was small meals, which will increase your metabolism. But overall, we found that that is not very good because it's constantly stimulating insulin, which leads to fat storage, and you begin to become insulin resistant. So a lot of things I'm going to talk about on January 5th, 2019. Hopefully you can join us in the Antelope Valley. We're having a health seminar 11 to 2 in the Palmdale, Lancaster area in Leona Valley. If you miss it, we'll hopefully post that talk online. But I'm going to talk about a lot of those things. But number one, I want to get a point across: spiritual cleansing first. Get your heart right with God. Let that be the foundation, and then begin to remove all these dead foods. Go through your pantry, go through your refrigerator. But that's expensive. So is poor health. So is disease. So is going to the doctor. So is not feeling good. So you get rid of these things. And even if you're on a limited budget, you can buy tons of sweet potatoes, tons of potatoes, beans. Look at the nutrient-dense macronutrients and micronutrients of beans, and just huge salads, life-giving food. And it's going to hurt when you get off caffeine. It's going to hurt when you wean off alcohol. It's going to hurt when you get off sugar and processed foods, because your body is withdrawing from all of that junk. So that's at least the step in the right direction, and then hopefully we can add more later to this. Thank you.